State lawmakers returned to the Capitol this week for the start of their legislative session. We heard from leadership on all sides about their priorities for Arizona.
It's great to be back.
In his sixth State of the State address, Governor Ducey praised Arizona's growing population.
And the newcomers keep coming.
And vowed no new taxes would come out of this session.
Not on my watch.
Speaking for more than an hour, he touched on nearly 24 issues that included mental health reform, water conservation, closing the state's prison in Florence, and more funding for K-12 schools.
It's just great to be back in Tucson.
We followed up on these topics when the governor delivered his speech to a Southern Arizona audience in Tucson and met with us after.
To date, we've put $4.5 billion in new investments into K-12 education. With the budget that we'll present later this week, that number will rise to $6.6 billion.
Per pupil funding is still not where you'd probably like it to be. The critics are still not happy. What do you say to people who look at those numbers and take it seriously?
Well, I would say remember what happened before I came here. There were some real spending years in the state of Arizona. It was almost like binge eating or a smorgasbord of all you can eat. And then the downturn came and Arizona had to go on a starvation diet. Today, I feel like we're on a healthy, sustainable diet, and we're adding additional dollars each year. And it's not just dollars, it's about the outcomes and results we're getting inside the classrooms. Arizona is one of only 5 states in the nation that have seen academic improvements over the past decade. So I applaud our hardworking teachers, superintendents, and principals, and now we're adding additional dollars so they can do an even better job with more resources, and those dollars are coming.
You also mentioned mental health with respect to education. It's expensive, it's sensitive, you want insurance companies to do more. How do you get insurance companies to step up and support what you would like to see in Arizona schools?
We rewrite the rules, okay? This is important. Our kids in the iPhone era are growing up in a world completely different from the one we grew up in, and we're seeing some of it through suicide rates, loneliness, depression, social and emotional disconnection. So we want to see mental health taken care of just like physical care. Mental health care that's the same by the insurance companies as how they pay for an annual physical. It's important, it's needed for our kids, for our families, and not just for young people, for adults. Veterans have a great need for this as well. This is health care. It's mental health care, and insurance companies that cover health care are going to cover this.
Let's talk about groundwater. The drought contingency plan, of course, doesn't necessarily talk specifically about groundwater in some communities, places like Pinal County, Benson, Wilcox. You want growth. We want some Californians to come here and explore our industry, agriculture. But in some places, if you can afford to dig very deep, you can take water, and that challenges a finite resource in some of these communities.
Yeah, one thing I want to do around water, it's something that Arizona has excelled at. It's led on water in broad principles. But I don't think it's responsible that we only deal with this issue one generation at a time. I'd like to see Arizona lead on water innovation. Part of that's conservation and augmentation, and that's something that we're going to put forward in this budget, not only to protect groundwater, we want to protect the Colorado River, we want to protect Lake Mead, we want to protect ag jobs. So I want to make sure these terms go very quickly. They're 4 years, and you have to plan for water decades ahead. That's what we've done with the drought contingency plan, and that's what we'll be doing with groundwater, with this new innovation water leadership that we're going to put forward.
One of the topics you raised this week is closing the Florence State Prison. Paint a picture for me. How do you see this working?
Well, I first want to say we've had a real focus on reducing recidivism inside our state. Once somebody's paid their debt and served their time inside a state prison, we want to make sure that when they walk out the door, they have some skills, they have a resume. And we've been able to do it where I think over 2,900 inmates have left with a job waiting for them. And to help these people, and boy does it save costs, by just shuttering one state prison, we'll save Arizona taxpayers $274 million over the next 3 years and have a safer state.
Is the move to privatize the system somehow?
No, the moves for public safety, the moves for efficiency, to save taxpayer dollars. But I also want to say, on my watch as governor, you're not going to see me building another state prison.
During his address, he criticized the so-called Sanctuary City initiative that failed to pass in Tucson last year and applauded an upcoming effort by Representative T.J. Shope to introduce a statewide ballot referral that would ban future attempts to establish a sanctuary city in Arizona.
We saw what happened in Tucson. Democrats and Republicans overwhelmingly beat this irresponsible idea, but the concerning thing is in 560 American cities outside of Arizona, this idea has come to life. So we think it's important that Arizonans have the opportunity to say yes to the rule of law and no to sanctuary cities.
All right, let's put the rumors to rest, because last week at the chamber you were asked about your legacy. You knew the number of days left in office. Your house is for sale. People are wondering, is Governor Ducey sticking around?
Oh, I'm sticking around in Arizona. We've had our boys grow up and go to college, and it's gotten awful quiet. So we're not going anywhere. We're staying right here in Arizona. I have 1,084 days remaining in office right now. I intend to serve every single one of them. I love the state of Arizona, and I'm honored to have this job for the next 3 years.
All right, Governor, this is one of your longest states of the state. We didn't get to talk about everything, but we will throughout the 2020 session.
I'll be back.
All right, Governor Ducey, thank you.
Thank you.